Hello everyone, back with Fate Grand Order with the Salem Singularity. When we last left off, we finished section 1. It's been a couple days, you can tell. And Matthew Hopkins, I think his name showing up? Got witches among us. Oh no, I didn't mean to say among us. That's sus. It fits though. Yeah, so I actually looked up like how long. So the first and second sections are by far the longest in Salem. Well, not by far. There's like one or two other long ones, right? But there's this very convenient guy who uploads all the Fate Grand Order like main chapters in like one video. So I just kind of clicked on the link, like the hyperlink at the bottom, where it's like, oh yeah, take me to section 2. By the time we finish section 2, we're gonna be like 45% done with Salem. Just really weird pacing. Anyway, first knot, 0 AP. Yeah, we're gonna have to split this one into like 3 videos again, by the way. I'm just prepared for like a 20... Oh, I left that open. Let's just hope it doesn't make sound. I have a game running in the background. The next day, Salem Day 2. Okay. I see. Oh, by the way, it was storming earlier. Apparently, it might pick up again. I'm hoping it doesn't. But in case I have to cut the video, that's why. So Master went to the village in order to accompany Mr. Carter. That's right. Robin went along too to keep them safe. Wait. Oh, we aren't here. You said he's hoping they can determine whether that figure really is cursed or not. It's part of our investigation. Looks like we'll just have to rely on Senpai for this. True. We need to be especially careful right now. How's Abigail doing? Abby hasn't left her room since last night. I tried bringing her something to eat, but she wouldn't even touch it. Neja went climbing up to the roof earlier, but I have no idea what she's got in mind. Okay. Ever since we got here, Neja's been acting like a cat on his last nerve. Maybe she likes kids more than she lets on? Anyway, it's hard seeing Abby so down in the dumps. Servant or not, Tituba clearly means a lot to her. Seeing Tituba thrown in jail must have shocked poor Abby. She's very different from the other children here, isn't she? Yeah, she has a unique sprite. All the other ones just have the same base. Some don't even have bases, actually. Can't be many children as sensitive as her in this time period. It's especially unusual that she would be so close to a slave. What are you trying to say, Mashu? I'm not so sure about that. It is simply in her nature to be kind. Anyone can be compassionate like she is. It's just a matter of actually wanting to. I agree with Sanson. Prejudice only takes root in certain environments. Abby lives in a relatively wealthy life, at least by the standards of this colony. And she seems to have a very good education as well, thanks to Mr. Carter. And somehow, even after the loss she suffered, she's held on to her natural cheerfulness. I think that might be her greatest strength. But she still couldn't have done it alone. So only because Tituba, someone else who knew her parents well, was there beside her. Must have been a big help to have a close family friend around to talk to with her parents gone. That's why she's taking this so hard. She's afraid she's about to lose someone else she loves. Again. When I put it that way, it kind of sounds like someone else we know, doesn't it? Who? About that. When we went to look for Abby after she ran away yesterday, I found out that... That what? Oh, come on, you can't cut it. Oh, okay. An extreme fear of Native Americans, huh? Yes, but it wasn't just fear, it was... Not sure how to put this. Loathing? Perhaps a strong fixation. Whatever it was definitely unusual. So that's why you felt there was something different about her, then? Oh, hey, Medea's here. What did Master have to say about that? Medea? Where were you this morning? Answer the question, Mashu. Well, yesterday I was still processing myself, along with everything else that happened last night. Never got a chance to tell him. I see. That may actually be for the best. What? Why is that important? I mean, Medea's fixating on it, right? Okay, Medea, in quotation marks. Right, so it has to be important somehow. What do you mean by that, Medea? I've turned the house into a magical workshop. Are you sure that's the best idea in Salem? I just finished the ride a moment ago. Are you sure that was a good idea? Thank you, Mashu. Seems like the kind of thing you should have asked Mr. Carter about. Hey, can we do witch stuff in your house? Thanks, Mr. Carter. Oh, don't be such a wet blanket. I had to do it if we're ever going to contact Caldea. Regardless, that was awfully bold, especially given the circumstances. People might have seen you. Were you in your spirit form? Yes. What's more, you should all be able to use your spirit forms now, too. At least within the house and its grounds. Oh, we have a safe place. Oh, let's hope no one was watching. The windows are, you know, wide open. Well, there's no curtains. So it would seem. Guess we have your right to thank for this. But what exactly is going on? Now we can change into our spirit forms too, you said? That makes it sound like you already could. Well, of course. Tee-hee. She like hits her forehead, you know. Who do you think you're talking to? I'm Medea. Kate herself taught me magecraft. There's no point in just speculating about what might be happening here. All we need is proof. Proof that there's something strange about this whole village, magically and historically. Proof that this whole land, that Salem itself, is the real heretical version of history. As such, in order to observe it properly, we need a workshop that I can withdraw to, somewhere isolated from any outside influence. I see. Then I trust you'll fill us in on the details once Master returns. Along with why you're the only one who avoided being pseudo-incarnated. My, it's so direct and forceful, aren't you? Teehee. Heretical history. Does that mean this land, Salem as it is now, is actually a separate dimension created with magecraft, rather than its actual past self having been brought here unintentionally? I think so. Still can't read the rules on some of these destiny currents. What's a destiny current? But I'm trying to identify the root of their unusual phenomenon cycles. If it was magecraft, then someone here should have a soul that can never be fulfilled and a will to bring out the curse that caused this. Would that not be the demon god pillar? And that should lead us to the demon god pillar, yes? I believe so. Okay, so someone working with it, kind of like Moriarty was and Shahajade. Right? Or I guess kind of Kiara, but I imagine it's not the same circumstances. I see. I don't think I've ever seen you work so hard on anything before, Medea. Me neither, but it's very encouraging and a nice change of pace. Huh? What do you mean by... We can deal with that stuff later. We already told Master and Mashu about this. Sanson and I discovered something unusual too. Did we see that on camera? It's true. Oh, right. We met a girl named Lavinia Waitley. She's the little albino child we ran into in the forest on our first night here. But more importantly, she comes from a family of mages. Wait, what? The Waitley house is far from the village. Its basement appears to contain a magical workshop. So, like, has no one here read Lovecraft? It has been concealed, but very roughly. Found discarded alchemy equipment strewn about nearby. Like, you know, Mosh was always like, oh yeah, that niche, you know, fictional character. Yeah, I know about him. I read about him, yeah. We also found animal remains buried in their yard that seems to have been used for dark magic. What? What did this underground workshop look like? Does this mean that girl's families are practicing mages? Well, I'm afraid we still don't know for sure. Neither Mata Hari nor I could have gone inside without leaving a trace. That sort of thing is more up your alley, Sally. There's nothing more we could do. Without Master's permission, we couldn't risk getting any closer. Even if we could have used our spirit forms, couldn't know we wouldn't be walking into a trap. That's okay. Just knowing that there's a magical workshop there is more than enough. Still need to be careful about how we handle this, though. If the people of Salem find out that the Waitleys are mages, there's no telling what they might do. Sorry. Mashu, I believe you also said Lavinia and Abby are good friends. Yes, that's what Abby told me. However, it also seems that the people here strongly dislike the Waitleys. Because they're witches. They know, you know, instinctively. I don't know how much Abby knows about that, if anything. Mages, huh? Can be even worse than the clergy. Clergy? Also, may I say something? I'm not sure if this is because of the rite you completed here, Medea, but... Oh, did you remember something already? Go on, tell us. Oh, I like how I did that. Yes, I did. Something very important, actually. I assume that's supposed to be him nodding, right? That new judge who showed up out of nowhere last night, Matthew Hopkins. I know him. Or rather, I know of him. Yeah, because he's a real person. He is, like me, one of the most famous executioners in history. He is? And he's not really a judge? So, is their memory being suppressed then? So that's why they're not like, oh yeah, Lovecraft. I couldn't make heads or tails of that man. Who is he? He's... Wait, stop. Good morning, Abigail. Morning, everyone. Everyone stay calm. No going in spirit form. What were you all whispering about? Nisha told me how Uncle's out with Mr. Ringmaster right now. You know, my first thought was that she was eavesdropping, but Nisha saying that means, Abby couldn't have heard it, right? He went to see how Tatuba's doing, right? That's right. So please don't worry, Abby. I'm sure that Senpai Mr. Carter will clear Tatuba's name. Yeah, I guess you're right. Plus, Nisha's here too. Nisha? What about her? The young girl. Refused porridge. I added spice. She ate. Oh, of course! What she's trying to say? That we talked about all sorts of things while I had my porridge. And she told me that if I found any bad guys, she'd beat them to a pulp. True! That she'd make them completely evaporate before even a drop of their blood has a chance to hit the... Okay, maybe that's a little... She's like... I don't know how old she is. She's between, 8 and 12 is my guess. Sounded truly frightening, but I also kind of want to see it now. What? Concerned? Of course. Thwip. I'd be delighted. Katwop. Sort of violent performance really isn't what we're going for with this troop. Yeah, it is pronounced troop, by the way. They just spell it fancy. Maybe I should pray to God and ask forgiveness. At any rate, we have a lot we need to discuss with the Master as soon as he gets back. You mean about your plays? Yes, of course. Specifically, we need to discuss the tragedy and comedy taking place right here on Salem's own stage. Question mark? Don't worry, she just wanted to sound chuny. Is this us now? Oh. Welcome back, Senpai. We did everything off camera. Mr. Carter went out again, and he took Abby with him. He said he was going to the church to speak with the Reverend. Sounds like they're all concerned about what's going on with the other children. So right now, we're the only ones here. That's a weird cut. You think we're gonna see what happened there later on? Like, end media... Is end media the right term there? How did your investigation go? You said you met with Judge Hopkins? You mind telling them what happened? Okay, we're just telling them after the fact. No problem. Must be seriously worn out after dealing with that old fart. That bad? Why don't you have a seat in that comfy chair and try to relax, Senpai? It doesn't look that comfy. We learned a few things too while you're out, so I'd like to make sure we're all equally caught up. I don't want... No, skip. Skip. No. You've been a big help, Mashu. Thank you, yeah. That's what I was hoping to be when I asked to come along. Okay, to start, let's go over what happened with Matthew Hopkins, the judge that suddenly showed up last night. Man, I don't know what the Hopkins guy's deal is. First of all, Master, Carter and me went to the town's holding cell to talk to Tatuba. But all the guard would tell us is that she wasn't allowed any visitors, orders from the top and all. Who's the top? The Reverend? So you weren't permitted to see her at all then? Nope. Turns out in this case, holding cell is just a fancy way of saying underground prison. So took a quick peek inside the cell. There's a real hellhole. Heck hole. There were rats and cockroaches everywhere. Water leaking from the walls. The whole space smelled like something had died. Never mind sunlight. Only light in the whole jail is a few dim torches in the hall. Any more than a day in that dump and you lose your gosh darn mind. What about Tatuba then? Did you see her at all? Tatuba's, well, she's alive I guess. She's curled up in a ball and freaking out something fierce. Poor Tatuba. Coward. Rescue. Simplicity itself. Why did you not? Because I'm a coward, obviously, especially here in Salem. Stop it, Nijal. Remember, Master and Robin want to clear her name, not to break her out. If we were to overstep our bounds like that, we'd only end up furthering suspicion against her. I see. Yes, you are right. Apologies, Robin. Thoughtless of me, that. Sure, no problem. Anyway, like I was saying, little Hopkins is called not to let anyone see her. Wouldn't even let her owner, Carter, in. Oh. Okay. So we decided to go talk to him directly. Found him staying in a room at the fanciest mansion in town. Ship captain by the name of Turner built it. Turns out it had a guest room specifically reserved for judges and preachers and bigwigs like that. Okay, so we went to see Hopkins directly. Did he seem like a demon god pillar? Demon god pillar? Serious? And the heck should I know? What is it gonna do? Shoot him in the face and see if he transformed? Come on. Hey, you met Kiara. You already know what they're like. Oh, you know, he doesn't have memories of that, but still. In the end, all I could do was watch Master get worn out. Sorry for all the trouble, Robin. Oh, don't sweat it. It's not every day we servants get to help you out like this. Maybe the magical erosion caused by the curse that Medea is concerned about is affecting Master, too. What are you talking about? That's definitely important, too. First, we want to hear more about what happened there. How did Mr. Carter handle the negotiations? Carter's a pretty level-headed guy. He also got balls of steel. He went toe-to-toe with Hopkins the whole time. You never know, he's just a mild-mannered professor. Abby told me Carter served during a war. Military man. That explains it. He walks just a bit gingerly. Must be an old war wound. I'm impressed you got that, Sanson. I didn't notice at all. Carter didn't even try for an emotional appeal or anything like that. Oh, you went straight for the jugular. He just said that Tituba was his own private property. And refused to budge from his claim that taking her away like this was an unlawful seizure. He even said he would sneak punitive damages if this resulted in any impediment to her ability to work. The constables who were there were pretty much freaked out when Carter said how much money he would ask for. Hopkins didn't even blink. They cursed all. What of it? What became of that evidence? That's where our ringmaster showed what he was made of. Oh yeah? He kept insisting to see the figure again to determine whether there's black magic at work. What? But all Hopkins would say was, the devil has taken up residence in that doll, just as he has taken up residence in Tituba. One need only look at the suffering child to see the hand of the devil in all of this. If we were to limit the curse's reach, we cannot have people getting near or even touching that doll. Ironically, that seemed to be the sensible move in a situation involving magecraft. You know, I wonder if Abigail's involved in all this, because, you know, obviously, I think it's... Was it a Shakespeare play? About Abigail Williams that painted the... What was it called? Like that? The Crucible? I have not seen or read it. I don't even know if it's Shakespeare, or if that's even the right name. But it paints Abigail Williams as the... Wait, what year is this? This might be a little after Shakespeare, or a little before. Wait, this is 1692? That's right around the Shakespeare era. I don't know when he was alive exactly, but I know it was in that time frame, right? So, maybe? I think he may have been a little after. So he could have written about Salem, I guess. I think. Or maybe he's a little before, I don't know. But it paints Abigail Williams as like, well, she kind of faked it all. Or something, I don't know. Which is a very sound theory for what actually happened. Because I know it started like a couple girls like pretended to be pretended. We don't know they pretended. Maybe they actually were possessed or something. Which started off the whole thing. Mr. Carter wasn't having that, so he decided to speak with the Reverend who made the diagnosis. I hope we can convince the Reverend to come around. No, don't send the kids with the Puritans. They think kids are evil. Me too. Now it's just erasing his time. What do you mean? Hopkins is going to try to extract confessions from his suspects. That is what he does best. Who is Hopkins? It's time you told us. Sanson. Alright. From what I know, Matthew Hopkins was a British attorney. This is indeed 1692. Hopkins would be quite elderly, yet he does not seem so. However, history tells us he died in 1647, almost half a century ago. If Abigail gives us the correct date, it only surmise that history is wrong in this. Or because it's... What, didn't we say earlier that this isn't... really a regular singularity. There's more going on here, right? So he could have just been taken out of time, put here. During his life, he was best known as the title of Witchfinder General. He hates witches. Is he a religious figure? No, he's not an official inquisitor affiliated with any church. Matthew Hopkins made witch hunts his life's work. The title was, as far as we know, one he gave himself. He supported himself with the rewards he got from hunting witches. His methods were brutal, even cruel, but people went along with them. I heard that he was responsible for the execution of 300 so-called witches in East England over the course of 3 years. I mean, 300 people? At least one of them had to be a witch, right? That's a 0.33% accuracy record. 300 people in only 3 years? Weren't all of them innocent? Most of them, yes, I expect. What a scumbag. So running on seeing innocent people strung up as witches just to make a buck. Did you say they were hanged? I thought witches were burnt at the stake back then. That's a misconception. The vast majority of these witch hunts resulted in hangings, especially in England. Witchcraft was considered a grave crime against the teachings of God. As such, the suspected witches were tried and executed the same as other felons. Burning someone at the stake was more of a form of torture than execution. It also served as a warning to anyone watching. As executions go, hanging is far more efficient and less painful. As these people are British colonists, they probably share many of the same sensibilities. Gotta watch out for Hopkins. I agree. It's definitely our biggest threat right now, whether he's with the Demon God Pillar or not. Putting Tituba in that disgusting underground prison will wear on our mind, and quickly. If any ordinary person is locked away, starved, and denied visitors, they might last a week, no, 3 days at most. 3 days. That's what you meant by a race against time. Sonson, very knowledgeable about this. Well, yeah, this is his job. Well, he's just the guillotiner, right? Did he really, do anything else in the involved in, this kind of stuff? Gotta hand it to you, Prince Michelle. Oh, actually... Well, no, he was there Marie Antoinette, so he was, guillotiner. But he might have been around before guillotines, maybe. I don't know. Gotta hand it to you, Prince Najah. You're way better with kids than me. Hee. So then, you're never able to examine the evidence? Took a look at it, but couldn't tell you one way or the other. Just looked like a regular handcrafted doll. That means I'll need to examine it myself. For all your talents, Master, I don't think you'd be the best equipped to handle this sort of thing. It'd be great if you could do that, but... Tell us about the workshop ritual. Of course. I believe you already heard the general outline I gave to the others earlier. I'll spare you the details. Summary, I took the liberty of turning this house into my workshop. It should be quite helpful, as it seems we'll largely be staying here during our mission. I see. Indeed, as of now, the area we're investigating here is much smaller compared to past missions. My primary aim was to ensure I can make full use of my maidcraft. There are other benefits as well. That is, so long as we're in my workshop, we're not affected by the influence this land is having on us. Okay, just drag all the boss fights here. And we can use your spirit forms again. Right, it's only a very small part of all this. Oh. Can anyone here describe what Tituba looks like in detail? Oh! They don't realize. Huh? What do you mean? I know she's a mild-mannered woman with brown skin, but that's strange. What about the color of her eyes? Her hairstyle? Her build? Her age? Now that you mention it, can't remember anything like that. That's why they don't notice her clothes. Right, I can't either. What the heck? And you're right, Medea. We don't even know we were caught in the enemy's trap. So then, something's been interfering with our awareness? Or maybe our memories? So as long as we're inside this workshop, we're not subject to that interference, correct? Right. This bounded field can so easily be interfered with the servant's senses. Must be the sort that would typically require a divine spirit to create. And yet we still can't get a firm grasp on it. It's like it slips away whenever we try. You discovered this, Medea. What do you think? Isn't it obvious? Tituba has been concealing your true appearance all along. Actually, she's the one who strikes me as odd at this point, more so than Hopkins, in fact. If anyone here has connection to the Demon God Pillar, I'd bet it's her. So just let her be hung. We would. Ideally, I'd like to examine her after she returned here to Mr. Carter's house, since that no longer seems to be possible. I'll just have to go examine her myself. It seems like it'd put you at a heck of a disadvantage. Well, I guess you're the only one here who hasn't been affected by the battlefield. I guess that's why you're the Queen Witch or whatever, yeah? You know it? I'm the baddest witch of all. No need to be shy. You shouldn't really be saying that in Salem. Huh, kinda thought that might make you mad. Pardon my French. Guess Salem agrees with you or something. Now we're already asking a lot of you, Medea, but there's someone else we need your help with. You know, what about contacting Chaldea? I've been focusing on getting the workshop done, so I haven't made any progress there yet, but I'm about to. I give it about a 50-50 chance of working, sadly. But, I mean, if we contact Chaldea, they'll be like, hey, you left Medea behind. Master, I think this is your call. Do we focus on saving or possibly capturing Tituba, or on making contact with Chaldea? Can't just throw Tituba to the wolves. I don't care about Masha's opinion. Well said, Horsey. Any master that would make a child cry, no master of mine. Anyway, there might be a whole bunch of problems we gotta solve. It's not like we've suffered any losses ourselves so far, right? So don't get mad at me for saying this. I don't think contacting Chaldea needs to be a priority now. Phew. Aw, you're backing me up on this, Medea? Yes, I agree. Given the circumstances, making contact with Chaldea can wait. For now, I'm going to pay Hopkins a visit. Would you mind escorting me, Ringmaster? I'd like to say that no one else needs to come along. I doubt that would be well received. Me, I'll go along too. Oh, shut up, Marshall. Anyone else want to come? Strength in numbers, right? And I shall join you as well. I think there may be something I can do to improve the situation. That'd be great. Thank you, Sanson. Okay, in the meantime, we'll keep investigating the village. Robin and Jean, shall we? Sure thing. Guess we'll head back to the Waitley estate. Understood. Still going. This is gonna be like a 40-minute arrow, isn't it? Spooky guards. Yeah, guns. Well, probably muskets, right? Horsey, was it? I do not care how many times you ask. I'll not be released as a suspect held in custody. If she's truly innocent, then she has nothing to fear. Do not interfere with my work. You're oddly presumptuous for a band of traveling performers. Unless you have some personal reason to protest the suspect's detention. Senpai, you sure it's a good idea to face him head on like this? It's the quickest way for Medea to get a look. That may be true, but still. Horsey, Mashu? Did we not come with a plan? Or we just... Hey, let her go! You don't need to keep Hopkins talking. Make him show you the evidence he seized. Easy for you to say. Absolutely not. That evidence is crucial to this case. This is not up for discussion. Saw that one coming. Why are you so fixated on this object? The slave woman has already admitted to making it. That may be, but... Your Honor. Who might you be? My name is Charles Henry Sanson, a member of the Horsey Company. Are you sure you're saying you're... Wait, no, you came from after this, so... Okay, yeah, you're not from 100 years... Until 100 years later. A Frenchman, eh? Certainly a long ways from home. Indeed, and I've been wandering for a long time. I also know a thing or two about medicine. In fact, I have treated a significant number of patients. Furthermore, I'm told there are people here who have fallen ill, with children among their number. So if it please your honor, I'll ask your permission to examine them. Well, now, this is a surprise. You, a doctor? No doubt you mean to charge exorbitant, how do you say that? Prices for some potion or such. Perhaps you're a heretic yourself. Nothing of this sort, your honor. For example, I can see that you suffer from joint pain. How does he know? What does that prove? Same could be said for most men my age. I'm sure the inclement weather we have been having lately doesn't help. Perhaps your aching joints have been put you in a foul mood. I can also see that you enjoy your liquor, but don't care for lots of milk in your tea. How does he know? If I may, I'd suggest that you refrain from drinking too much. It would also do good to eat more fresh vegetables, rather than just subsist on only bread and meat. I suggest zucchini. What's a courgette? I also recommend salad with parsley and apple vinegar dressing. I'll help with the pain. I do say diet is the root of good health. Can't say I approve of your methods, Frenchman. Any layman can do the same. Can all but hear you shouting that you aren't like those ghouls who think applying a few leeches entitles them to a reward. Very well, she'll grant you permission to examine the patients. However, you're not to harm or puncture their bodies in any way, nor are you permitted to administer anything brought in from outside their homes. So you may charge no fee. You'll be paid a fixed amount per household from the village coffers. Thank you, Your Honor. That is more than enough. What's the plan here? Phew, this is great. Now we can examine the villagers as much as we like. Unless I think this could help with our investigation. Right, Senpai? It's a very you way to handle. I wonder if we can convince Hopkins now, and I don't think so. Sure, he does seem to have softened up a bit. Hopkins? Your first responsibility lies neither to the villagers nor to your decrepit knees and back. Oh, got him. It's to the health of a valuable witness, to Tuba. As a fellow woman, I'm going to examine her, whether you like it or not. Give me the key to her cell. Is that gonna... does this work? No. Medea! Sorry, Mashu Ringmaster. There's something about this man I can't stand. Well, now. If you're kind to perform a farce, I'm afraid you're in the wrong place. What about you? You're really fit to serve as the guardian of the law you claim to be? Medicine is an intellectual practice, so is the domain of men. The superstitious nonsense woman espouses healing is nothing more than witchcraft. Oh no. Tell me, woman, are you a witch? Yes. I'm wisdom itself. Deep womanly wisdom. Clearly, you do not believe that women have anything useful to offer in their experience or stories. Watch your mouth. How dare you address His Honor that way? Hold. These people didn't come here to enact violence. I've heard stories myself, you know. But pulling the sexism card with Puritans just seems like a bad idea. Including ones about thieves who disguise themselves as traveling performers. Indeed, I see now that such a cover would be perfect for those with larcenous intent. Cunning clowns win over the children. Obscenely dressed dancing girls beguile good, upstanding men. Matahari and Nisha, they just kind of look away awkwardly. But Matahari isn't here, right? They mislead the townspeople with caricatures of bystanders and voyeurs. Take advantage of the commotion to steal from them. Wait, is Nisha here? I forget who came with us, but Nisha hasn't talked, so I don't think so. Times they even commit arson or burglary, disappear like so much smoke. Once they leave, they never return to that town, not even caring what manner of evidence they leave behind. What a foolish, dim-witted notion. Such greedy bandits could never hope to perform a refined tragedy, or a moving comedy. None could ever compare to King Lear or the Merchant of Venice how do you say that? Venice? Venice? Venice. As I saw in the London Globe Theatre. Ha 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 ha! Right, King Lear is, I know that's Shakespeare. So, this is... Shakespeare was alive during this time already. Okay. Wait! Fata Morgana, that was 1604, right? And Shakespeare's around then. So what, was Shakespeare early 1600s? I kind of thought he was early 1700s, but that might be my bad. Don't lump us in with bandits like that. That's great. We're performing the best we can. Hypocrite, arson and burglary are precisely what you yourself did during your witch hunts. Still, could it be that he regrets his past now? Almost seems like he's trying to make amends. Swear to you that we respect Salem's customs and will never do anything to compromise its piety. You don't say. I'll tell you now that I sent a messenger down to Boston to visit someone who knows the city well. He reported back that no one had ever heard of a troupe calling themselves the Horsey Company. Oh. That is not in itself a significant problem. Massachusetts has not forgotten the Boston witch trial of John Goodwin from 4 years ago. 4 children began having strange seizures, and as expected, an old witch was responsible for them. Indeed, the devil frequently makes use of women for his evil means. How can you be certain that this slave woman is not one of his pawns? And so I declare that Salem must be placed on high alert. There are witches in our midst. There are witches among us. The devil is here in Salem. There's no telling what form he may take. Does this mean you're banishing us? So you confess your guilt by running away? Quite the opposite. Horsey, give you permission to perform for the entire town. Oh, we're proving ourselves. And you will perform tonight. You'll give a masterful performance that moves everyone here. In so doing, you'll demonstrate that you truly are performers. Gather as many villagers as will fit in the town hall, give them a good show. We just did that last night. Well, we did that to like 10 people. It was only a select few. This will be for the rest of the village. Your play does not move them. I'll have you arrested as bandits pretending to be performers and investigate you all thoroughly. If we succeed, we'll release Tituba from prison. That is a promise I cannot make. A crime is still a crime. But I can say that if it goes to trial, your success will leave a much better impression on the jurors. Did they have jurors back then? One more thing. That woman will not be in your cast when you perform. What, no witches? Huh? Me? Why? Lock her in a cell as well, to ensure her compatriots do not flee in the night. Well, I mean, I actually, this gets rid of 2 problems. You're extremely rude to a judge. Be grateful I did not pass sentence on you here and now. In fact, I'll even put you next to Tituba, just as you wished. Hopkins? Truly convincing anguish. Hope to see such pathos from all you actors tonight. Medea. This is also sudden. You want us to perform tonight? What play should we... Do not worry. I'll select that for you as well. What? For it must be about something that Salem needs now more than ever. That's a bit harsh. I mean, what if it's a play we don't even know? Okay, I think I'm gonna call it there. Like, it's 36 minutes in. Oh! Ruler, I think that's... Okay, yeah, so this is us doing the play. Ruler is Jean, I think. Jean d'Arc, you know? I think that's a Lancer. Yeah, Jean d'Arc, whatever. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. That was a long arrow. Yeah, see you guys then. Bye.